everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mpoomy Brenden, and it's the second time that I'm doing this because Mr. forgot to switch on the mic.
Hi guys. Okay, that's not the way to start.
I just want to let them know. I just needed to get it off my chest.
We're trying to spread positivity.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you to the notification gang. Thank you to the subscribers.
That's what they call.
And yeah, everyone who shows us love. My biceps are big these days.
Wow.
So I have to
who want to go to the gym 3 times?
I have to continue pulling this top down. So yeah, thank you guys for showing us so much love.
Yeah. We love y'all.
We see you guys in the comments. You guys are out there. It's beautiful. We appreciate it. And so anyway, today what we're doing is I put out a questionnaire on my Instagram, and based on those questions, sorry, I just gotta close the door.
So I'll continue. So based on those questions, we're gonna do a little segment called Ask Mpoomy and Brenden, where we'll answer your questions. We're trying to avoid questions that have more to do with our lives, but rather we want to answer questions that can be helpful towards you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So not very like
what do you guys do for fun?
Not person specific questions, but more general type of career, maybe marriage, maybe like things like that. General questions that can maybe help people.
Yes, exactly.
So
cool.
Let me just face ID. Okay.
Question 1. How do you balance your careers, parents, and being husband and wife? That's a good question.
Sure.
Brenden,
go first.
Yeah, there's something Brenden always says called playing the tambourine.
Yes.
And I think that's something we've tried to master, that some seasons are really busy and great for Brenden, and that's when I kind of have to turn certain things down and be a mom and be a supportive wife. And sometimes it's my turn where things are just happening and he has to turn things down and say, okay, let me be a husband, let me support. But at the end of the day, we write down our goals and we support each other. We understand that sometimes on weekends my husband's just not there, and on weekdays sometimes I come back late, but we make time. I think we prioritize time with Nuri. Like on Thursdays we don't have our nanny here on Thursday, and we don't take work on Thursday. So Thursday is that one day in the week where we spend with our daughter. No interruptions, nothing. So yeah, man, it's just being intentional.
It's being intentional, and I think it's also making sacrifices. And having priorities also. It's kind of like just kind of finding out who you are, and I think we've realized that we really like the family life. We really like spending time together, spending time with our baby. So
that'll always be number 1.
So if it means turning down work, we turn down work. Face ID.
Okay, cool. Number 2. How do you guys manage your finances as a married couple? I think this one is easy. It's about finding who is good at managing money, and I'm good at managing money, so Brenden has entrusted me with that, and that makes me responsible. Like, I can't just use our money for anything. I still have to go to him and say, this is what's happening, this is where we're at, this is how our savings, our investments, whatever are looking, these are the plans. So yeah, I basically manage the money, so we don't really fight about money. I mean, we have disagreements, but
I think also transparency.
Yes.
I think it's easy for us because we chose to be transparent from the beginning. I think some couples don't do it that way, and that's
touchy.
Perfectly fine, but it becomes tricky in the long run because no one knows what's actually happening. So at least when there's transparency, then we kind of know where we are, and it's kind of just deciding how much leeway do you have to buy your little gym outfits, because she's got an addiction. And then with me, everyone's got their thing.
Everyone's got their thing.
So it's kind of like making those adjustments.
Brenden, it's cables. You just always buy cables.
Guys, I'm a musician. I need cables. Every week. So it's kind of like finding that place where we're like, okay, cool. We've done our savings. We've done our tithe. This is how much. This is where we're standing. So you can afford to do that. I can afford to do this. And so so that's I guess we're transparent and we talk about it.
And try not to deprive each other. How has God strengthened your relationship as a couple and as individuals?
I think, you know what, the question with that for me is that you personally, if we both in a good space, it makes it easier to be in a relationship. So I think the way to answer this question is to say simple. The better your relationship with God is, the more respect you have for yourself, first and foremost, for God, and for your spouse.
I listened to a podcast this morning, and the guy was saying that just the heart, we think that the heart, when it pumps out blood, it first pumps out to the lungs or whatever. But the first place where the heart pumps out blood to is into the heart. Which means that it has to serve itself in order for it to be of good use to all the other parts of the body, right? So I first have to make sure that my relationship with God is in a great place before I can go and involve Brenden. Because if I can't love myself, if I can't even accept the love of Christ, how will I accept Brenden's love? I'm going to expect him to be my everything. He can't be my everything. You can't be my savior. You can't be my joy. You can't be all of those things. Only God can be those things to me. So my lack of relationship with God can only put too much pressure on our relationship. So I think individual relationship with Christ is extremely important, and then we can build an altar in the house. Cool. Next question. Is the father in choice always consistent? I know I love cuddling with hubby on Saturdays and wake up late. Should I go? So with me, I do it 5 or 6 times a week. It depends. If I have like a speaking engagement on a Saturday, then it will be 6 times a week. But mostly, about 5 times a week. We don't necessarily always cuddle in the morning. We cuddle a lot in the evenings because Nuri goes to bed early. And even this morning at like 4:30 we cuddled. At 4:30 in the morning we were cuddling. So we just it was really nice. So we just kind of make it work. We understand the benefits and we understand the dynamics and what we're trying to do in our lives.
I think, you know what, honestly, it becomes, after a while, it just becomes a lifestyle. And it becomes your normal. And I think if you the trick is to build your life around it.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what we've done. Like now, I have to wake up at 4:30. Because I jog at 5.
And I have to be at gym at 6.
And she has to be at gym at 6. So I have to be back at 5:45. So it's kind of like we've structured our lives in such a way that it kind of works together. So if we don't do it, everything falls apart.
I don't get my exercise, you don't get your run. I'm grumpy, you're grumpy.
So it's like, but because of that also, it's easier to stay in it. Because our entire day is structured
around that.
So I think eventually it becomes a lifestyle. But like you said, we don't do it the whole week. Obviously there's exceptions. Sometimes you're not feeling well. By all means, you stay in bed. This is not like
it's not like some...
It's not some crazy boot camp.
It's a
like,
lifestyle.
It's just like something that you choose to do because it makes you feel better. It's like eating healthy. So so it's kind of like that thing. Maybe like depends. Sometimes on the Saturdays we'll decide, you know what, this Saturday we're just gonna have a lazy day. Or this whatever.
But anyway, Nuri is part of the 5 a.m. club. So honestly,
for us it's kind of like it doesn't even
we don't even have a choice. Like
because we have to do it.
On Tuesday we was trying to stay in. By 5:30, Missy was calling us in the other room. So it's just part of our lives now. It doesn't bother us. We actually love it.
But it's great. You guys should do it.
One more question. How do you deal with mean comments from people? What would be your advice to someone? I used to respond because I'm a feisty person by nature, but God is helping me, and Brenden, God is doing an amazing work in me, and Brenden helps me out. So I get like really weird messages, and the only way I deal with it is I talk to Brenden about it, and unfortunately he has to be my venting point. Otherwise I would take that on social media and it just becomes a cycle.
You really would.
I really would. So I go to him and I'll be like, oh, look at this, and he says just ignore it, or just block it out, or just delete it. And honestly, I don't know how many people I've blocked. I don't know how many people I've blocked. It just helps, especially in the industry you and I are in.
I think, you know what, it's a consequence of what we do. Or if you do anything and you have like a high following, it's not just going to be people saying, oh my God, you're amazing. So when you understand that, then you understand that it's normal. And once you understand that it's normal, then you don't overreact. And granted, obviously, when it starts, it hurts. I mean, I remember like when I was on Idols, I think Idols actually helped me to be able to deal with that. Because people just they don't know you. And they just come for you. They just come for you because you're going against someone that they like. You didn't even do anything. They don't even hate. I don't know how many people I met in the industry at like events afterwards who were like people with like millions of followers who were tweeting how terrible I was, and then they see me and they're like, oh no dude, you actually weren't even bad.
And then I
was like, why did you do that? Why did you hurt my feelings if you're gonna be out here now on my Insta story type of thing? But at the end of the day, that's how people are. People this day and age have a lot of power and opinion, and those opinions, they help but they can also destroy. So it's up to you as a person to be strong enough to look at, okay, what do I need to receive?
Maybe to the ones who are listening, don't be that person. If something does not appeal to you, move along, but don't go and hurt a person. Like I did a video with, I think I should mention this, I did a video with Aunt Gail, and I was wearing like my big hair, which I really like, and I had a breakout, an acne breakout, and I wore that wig so that it can cover me up because I don't like makeup. And then someone felt the need to say, we love the video, oh but the hair is just too much.
And we can't see your face.
We can't see your face.
That was the whole point.
I know. And it sounds like it's nothing, but just know that it really does affect a person, because you don't know why they're doing something, and like a person's really putting themselves out there trying to do something great, and then that one person will say something mean.
In essence, what I've learned is to just, it's like the fish thing, you know, you eat the meat, you leave the bones. That's how you eat fish, and that's how you deal with commentary from people.
Because it will be there.
Because it will be. People, trust me, if everybody likes you, then you're not doing anything of importance. If everybody likes you, because it's all preference at the end of the day. So sometimes people prefer something else, and because they prefer something else, we live in a world where if you prefer something, it means you hate something else. You can't just prefer something and not mind something else, you know?
I think just understand that if someone has something bad to say about you and they treat you badly, it's not about you, it's about them. They have an issue with themselves that they impose on other people. And this is the last question. What keeps your relationship interesting? Because you guys look happy always.
Can I start?
You can go.
So I think what keeps our relationship happy is that I think we are very open about our relationship between ourselves.
To each other,
So we talk about it. We talk about where we are. We talk about everything. I think things get tricky when you get into like an autopilot type of thing, and we've done that. And then it grows into something else. So if you have an issue, you put it out there. So we have this now. It's something we learned recently. I think a culture where we kind of just like we speak,
we talk,
we really communicate, talk. like
switch off the TV.
I know people always say this, but guys, you need to communicate. And by communicate, I mean like be real.
Be open,
honest. Even if it's stupid and you feel like in like, you know, Mpoomy will come and say, you know what, babe, when you cook and you don't clean up the kitchen, it really makes me mad. And
but how I say it is also very important.
And it's important that you tell me, because if you just like leave it, then it builds up.
And then every time,
then one day I break a glass and then it's just now you're combining my 6 months of leaving dishes on the thing, and it's like then you blow up. But that's minor things. So even with bigger things, just put it out there and just be honest. And then it just makes it so much easier, because every single day I know where she is in her mind. She knows where I am in my mind, what I'm thinking. And that's very important, because then we can be happy. Because if something is bothering her, then I'm working towards fixing that. If something's bothering me, then she's working towards fixing that, you know, sometimes subconsciously, sometimes intentionally.
I think it's also important to let you know that we're not always happy, and we will never come in front of the camera and fight and like we just go to take a picture.
And sometimes we do these videos,
and afterwards I'm just like, I just want to punch you.
Or even before we do the video,
we've just had
because Mpoomy likes directing these things, and I've told her that, listen, this is my department, you must just speak. So we have like arguments and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we know who we are. We know what we're trying to do.
But it's my turn to talk.
Baby, good evening.
No.
Good evening.
Anyway, as I was saying, we have our times. We're not always happy, but something Aunt Gail taught me is, she said, Mpoomy, you guys must just go, some things, don't talk about them in the house. Go on a date, go on a picnic, and that's what we do. We have like weekly dates. The other day we went and we took 2 bottles of water and we sat under a tree. We didn't feel like spending money, so we went and we sat under a tree for like a good 2 hours. We first took a nap under the tree, and then afterwards it was the best nap ever. And then we just spoke, and that way we both relaxed. It's easy to communicate my feelings. It's easy to say, Brenden, what you did last week really, really hurt me. And he won't be defensive, because my attitude and my intention is not to say you're the worst person, but my intention is to show you that this is not nice and I'd like you to do better. So sometimes leave the house and don't, timing as a wife, and this is something Aunt Gail also taught me, is as a wife, timing, Aunt Gail is it for me. Timing is everything. And also don't forget to have fun. What is it that made you what is it that made you fall in love? We used to binge on series, and yesterday we did that. We binged on a whole, I think, 8-episode series, and we had the best time of our lives. It was amazing. So remember why you started dating. Find new things to be grateful for about your partner every single day. And and also, guys, lastly on that, there's this saying where they say you can't compare your life with other people's highlight reels. And what you have to understand is that social media is, for us, it's about positivity. So we will never post anything that's negative. It's about positivity. Even if things aren't positive at the time, we make sure that that's what we attract, that's what we put out. And so that's all it is. Like, it's not to say that we're always happy, but it's to say that we focus on being happy. Love that. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I know you guys come here for me. I can see it in the numbers. Wow, brother. I can see it in the numbers. The numbers don't lie. So thank you guys so much. And we hope to do maybe a part 2 of this. Or maybe we can do it every now and then. Ask Mpoomy and Brenden. Tell us what you think. Did you like it? Do you want us to do a little more of these? And take care. God bless you. We love you. Don't forget to be grateful. Don't forget to be kind and loving. Cheers.